Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Ohio and American Life Farming. We are going to be doing a few bits and pieces around the yard today. We've got some cleaning up to do. We need to feed our cows. They all need feeding. We also need to finish off the herbicide spraying. And if we can, I don't know how successful the last bit is. If we can, we want to see if we can get some more slurry onto the grass fields. We were unable to actually get rid of any weeds on them. We might give that another go today. But yeah, we definitely need to try and get some more nitrogen on them. If we have a look in here and we have a look at the nitrogen status of our fields, they're still a bit low. There's still sections of them. Certainly this section here and this section here. I want to see if I can up those bits because those don't quite match the soil layout. From the looks of this, we can definitely get more onto these sections from what we've got at the bottom end of this field. So we're going to try and do that, and we're going to try and sort, basically we're trying to sort the farm out today. That should then allow us to skip the second day of midsummer next time, and we can head straight on to late summer, later this week, and hopefully get back into doing some harvesting and making some extra money. So let's reverse this up here and empty our feed mixer. We'll also have to fill the feed mixer up as well because this is going to empty this out. We do still have quite a bit of stuff in here, but this will all get used up by this feed today and by getting it mixed. And I always want to make sure I have a full set of feed in there to do that. While that's loading up, we're going to change the tires on this. Our sunflowers, we failed to get the herbicide on last time. So we're going to customize this tractor. And rather than having these dual wheels, which cause issues, what we want are some care wheels. And I don't think any of these Michelins are actually care wheels. So let's have a go through here, see if there's anything in, not in the lizards. Oh, it's either Michelins or lizards. One of these must be care wheels that we can use on our crops, I'm hoping. And I'm not sure there are. So that is slightly worrying. None of the wheels on this tractor appear to have a care wheel configuration. That is the same width as the duals we have. So yeah, it looks like none of these wheels are care wheels. What I'm going to do is we're going to take these back to the singles, like so. And I'm just going to put that on the tractor. We had a weight holder on the front with a fairly large set of weights. No fenders. And yep, that will do us nicely. Yes, won't cost us anything, thankfully. We're just going to go and test these quickly, see if these cause any issues. If they do, then we might have to go and have a look at this with our other tractor. Where is it? Our two-wheeled 4440, and see if that will actually do this job without causing any crop destruction. Otherwise, there's not really much I can do other than possibly buying or renting a big sprayer like we initially had. So let's bring this over here, over our crossing. We're just gonna skirt the edge of the field here and see if this destroys crops. Yes, it does. So we have no wheels available on this John Deere tractor that will actually not destroy crops, which is a problem. I don't think we're going to be able to actually do anything with those sunflowers today. And if that's the case, what I'm going to do is put the duals on here as we've had before, because we like to spread the weight of our tractor. So let's do that and customize it again. Going back to my dual wheel setup, which like that. Oh no, that's got the weights on. We don't want the weights. Like that. Good. And we want to have the fair sized front weight. which goes on there very nicely like that. So that's a good setup. We are front loader attacher. Yes. Yes, we should have that. There we go. So I think that's the setup we had before. Let's customize that because that's costing us nothing, as it should, and set our tractor back to where we were. And with that not working, what I'm going to do instead is go and hook this up, and we're going to try and see if we can spread any more manure, any more slurry, sorry, onto our grass, and see if we can increase the nitrogen on the parts of the fields that need that. So let's come over here, hook that up, hook that in, and that's on. How full are we? We could do with refilling our slurry, so let's get that filled up, and with that done we can head out to our field and see if we can actually get some extra slurry on here. It's a bit of a weird one, this. I don't quite understand why our field is divided as it is. It doesn't match any of the soil setup that we've got on this, and therefore it's a bit weird. It seems to be divided based on where the trees were before. So let's bring this on here, and you can see we've got a section in the middle of the field here. Just want to have a look. We do not show any slurry on the ground at the moment, so that's good. Let's unfold this. Now this may not do anything because, as we discovered last time, we can't do anything on here because the grass is too grown for the weeds to be dealt with. Is the grass too grown for us to put any more slurry on here, is the question. Turn it on. It is putting slurry down. Wow, we are going a whole nother level up. We can do this entire field, and if that's the case, that is exactly what we're going to do, and get a massive grass silage harvest off this field. One refill of slurry later, and we have made it all the way around the outside the field. So good news is we are going to increase our yield on this crop, which is brilliant, on this grass. Bad news is, of course, we're not going to even everything out. So the bits of the field that we have that have a lower nitrogen content at the moment, we're not going to be increasing them to match the rest of the field. On the positive side, the only reason for that is because we're managing to lay or to introduce and add more nitrogen to those parts of the field that we'd already done and we're trying to level up to anyway. This is going to be great. I am going to go and see if I can spread some herbicide on here. If we're able to get the nitrogen and the slurry on here, I can't see why we won't be able to get rid of these weeds. I'm still thinking it's going to be unsuccessful. I'm not expecting to actually get rid of them on here, but I think it's worth the try, just in case last time was a one-off. So we'll see how it goes. We've got 23% left here. We should have enough to maybe do one more row here before filling up. Or refilling up, and then we'll go and refill up. We've got our small patch of field 12 over the other side to do, and then we've got fields 10 and 11 to get done as well. Headed back to refill for my third load of slurry, and our lorry is full, our trailer's full, so we'll get this set up and get this reloading with more slurry. And then before we head out to the field, we'll just swing the trailer around and tip the feed into in with our cows. So let's bring that here and refill. We've still got 596,000 litres of slurry. I also need to get the tractor over here and reposition this. This trailer keeps moving quite a bit each time and causing us problems that way. Yep, we've already got our gate open. Yes, our gate is already open, so we can just dip the tip of the trailer here into this shed and tip all this lovely 82,000 litres of mixed ration in here. It's not going to take all of this. It doesn't need all of this. They only need about, I think it's about 70,000 litres. And they're not completely out, but we want to do this so that when we come to doing the skip through the next day, we're able to actually do the skip and not have to worry about the cows while we're doing it. The main part of field 12 is done, and we're now doing the side bit here. It's always a little bit fiddly because of the way we did it, but that's not a huge problem. Kind of wish I could make the cow area just that tiny bit smaller to be able to get these, to able to sort of link up these two fields a little bit better and to make it work a bit better. That has got that though, so let's back that off. Yeah, it's just this tiny little area at the back here that sort of gets things a little bit fiddly, but we're all good. We've still got 24% in here. And our cows are actually now fully fed. We're going to leave the truck where it is for the moment because we're going to empty some more of the trailer into there later as the day comes to the end. And maybe even as I go through the next game day, we'll probably see if I can tip a little bit more into there and just keep the cows nicely done. Lift this up and fold this up so that we can now head up and over to field 11. So lift it and fold it in, and we've got 2 more grass fields to do, which should get this done very nicely. And then, as I said, then we're going to see if we can get the herbicide on here and make a difference in this field, even though for some reason we weren't able to on field 11. One refill later, and this is field 11 just about done. I want to be careful coming around this corner here because the width of this, I end up almost clocking it on the tree almost every single time I do this field. Probably would make sense for me to go and do this part of the field first before I go over the top, but it's easier to sort of follow the contour of the top. Let's see, trying to get this. I have wonderful fun trying to maneuver these ones with booms. It's a bigger area that they cover, but they are a little bit more tricky in some respects. There we go. So we've got 17% on here. In all honesty, it's probably worth going and refilling this before I go into the last field, field 10, and get that done. And as before, we're on course to end up with about 7 refills of slurry that we have to use to get these done, which is not bad at all. Yeah, that's about what we've had on every time we've done this job so far. So while the slurry tanker is filling up over there, what I'm going to do is quickly hitch onto this trailer. This is now massively in my way, so I just want to grab this here and just see if we can push it back and into place. We're at the wrong angle for this, so let's push this back, and yeah, this should be over here next to the corn trailer. I think this is the John Deere header as opposed to the header trailer. The header trailer itself is a base in-game one, whereas the header is one that comes with the combine we got on here, the X9. There we go, which hopefully we're going to be getting out soon. I want to start doing some harvesting. We're not going to have any of our own crops to harvest in the near future, but we should have a whole load of contracts coming in fairly soon. And if we got some nice sunny weather, then we should end up being able to do a few of those and getting the combine to repay again, which would be good. And with the slurry refilled, we can head here to field 10 and get the field done. The easier way to do this, I think I've been doing field 10 all wrong. I think the easiest way for us to do this field is actually probably to come straight in here, reverse up, and get everything positioned, having driven straight in, and then to come back round and do the first headland. Oh, once the first headland's done, so we'll come there, we'll pop out a cab so that we can see where we are. We can see we've got quite a big overlap on the edge of the field, so we can reposition ourselves now like so. And yeah, I'm expecting this field to take 3 refills, or sorry, 2 refills of this. So the full tank we have now, plus 2 more, and that should allow us to get this field done. As always, having huge fun reversing this tanker. It is almost as difficult as a dolly to do, which is slightly annoying. Dribble bar down, pump on, and away we go. I'm actually coming to the end of doing the headlands on here and looking at how much field we got left. I think we might get away with just a single refill. We're down to the last 2%, 1%, and out before we hit the end of the field. But that is still surprising. We've got about 2.5 rows left. This is not going to take more than a single refill of this tank, and that means this job is going to be finished nice and early, which is utterly fantastic. And with our tanker refilled and back on the field, it really isn't taking much to get this done. In fact, I think, yep, full width here is going to cover this last strip. The width of this fits this field really, really well. Just absolutely spot on. And it means that, yeah, we've got a very nice coverage in here of nitrogen. Right, so lift it up and close it, and let's have a look. So we know we don't need anything on our main field, so that's all right. And we got a really good coverage on here. Now this field 11 and 10 absolutely follows the shapes. Actually doesn't. Yes, I think sort of. There's sort of this wavy line across here that I don't know why this and it continues through here, which is a bit weird as to why this is not fully done across and equally across that. Similarly, I still don't know why we have this this issue in field 12. Field 11 seems pretty much untouched by this, other than this bit in this section here of this loamy sand. But yeah, the silty clay and the loamy sand on field 12, absolutely, very strange. It's gone 100% here and less there. So I think actually the more realistic colours are probably what we have on here in the part of the field that has previously been farmed. So I think that might change next year. We're going to get this back to the yard then, and I want to go and quickly try out and see if we can clear out some of the weeds in these grass fields before we go. So I've got the sprayer and we've got a good area of weeds to test down this end of the field. So I'm going to line this up and see if we can get the full width on here, and then just see if spreading a bit of herbicide up this end of the field has any effect on these weeds. Based on what happened last time, as I said, I'm absolutely not expecting a positive result here. So let's see. Turn it on and away we go, and the weeds have not died. I think it's because on here, if we have a look, the grass is harvestable. So we want to get fruit types grass turned on, and then if we have a look here, the grass has all reached the harvestable stage, and as a result you can't really get rid of weeds on it. So yeah, that's actually a lesson in here. If you're playing with seasons and you want to get rid of weeds on grass, do it the moment you cut it. As soon as you've cut it, get your grass sprayed for weeds, because the moment it gets to the harvestable stage, you're not going to be able to get rid of them. So that is where we're going to leave this video for today, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.